So if you're walking into situations feeling really frustrated all the time, or feeling like, oh, they're doing it again. Why is he doing it again? Or why are they doing it again? Why is she doing it again? That means that there's something that we want to nurture in ourselves or acknowledge in ourselves. It might even just be, I'm sick and tired of this, and I just need to acknowledge it and validate it for myself and know that it's okay to feel that way. You want to help your 6-year-old handle change, new things, not getting his way better. It's so tough, isn't it, for a 6-year-old, especially when you have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old and a newborn. So we know that that newborn is certainly taking up a lot of time and attention and care. And just for anybody that has multiples, especially like 3 or more, we want to look for what are those patterns, or what are those roles that our kids take on, because sometimes that tells us a lot about what they're needing. So the child who's very helpful may be seeking validation. They may be seeking a way to contribute. They may not feel like they have enough to do, or that they have a place in the family. So all of that helping makes them feel like they're a part of it. And likewise, a child who pulls back or gets very upset when they either don't get their way, or when they need to do something because it supports the group and maybe not their individual needs. So a 4 and a 6-year-old, they're just going to get frustrated, right? I mean, anybody might get frustrated, but in terms of handling it, a lot of it has to do with maturity. So will a 4 and 6-year-old be able to handle their emotions better? Sometimes. Sometimes, absolutely, yes, they can. Other times, not so much. And I think it's when we see those other times we go, well, they just did it yesterday. I saw them. So don't tell me that they can't do it, because I saw them do it, 20 minutes ago even. But when you're 4 and 6 and 8 and 9, you haven't had that many days on the earth. I mean, 1,200, 1,600 days, for little kids. They just have not had that much time to practice their skills, to have use of all, even their, cognitive abilities. They don't have access to that. So the way that we help them is, one, taking care of ourselves. So if you're walking into situations feeling really frustrated all the time, or feeling like, oh, they're doing it again. Why is he doing it again? Or why are they doing it again? Why is she doing it again? That means that there's something that we want to nurture in ourselves or acknowledge in ourselves. It might even just be, I'm sick and tired of this, and I just need to acknowledge it and validate it for myself and know that it's okay to feel that way. Because there's always going to be ups and downs and phases, especially with young children. There's no just, oh, they learn it, they know they're not supposed to do X, Y, Z, and then from now on till the end of time, they will never do that again, right? We wouldn't have communities coming together to share our stories like this if that, were true. We wouldn't need, in the ideal, of course, not everybody has that, but we wouldn't need those kinds of connections and nurturing and constant repetition if it were that easy. So the best way that we can help a 4 and 6-year-old even do that, because so the 6-year-old is just starting to have a little bit more control. Their prefrontal cortex is starting to like wake up and activate, and they definitely can restrain themselves. But if they're really dysregulated, if they're needing autonomy, if they're feeling disconnected, if they're feeling left out, whatever, any strong emotion can throw them off course. So are they going to be regulated then in those moments? Not necessarily. So the best gift that we can give to them is our own regulation. So we kind of lend it to them. When they're not able to cope, we lend it to them. And what does that mean? It means that we are able to take care of ourselves so that we can stay curious and open. Now, sometimes, we're going to be overstressed, and we recognize that, and we go, today was an awful day. We take care of it, and we try to either get more sleep or get some more nutrients, or take better care of our mental health. Do we take time, or, is our sleep okay? We work on those things. And then we were able to face the next day with a little more resource in us. So sometimes kids will shut down and we think, oh, see, that worked. That worked. It's the only thing that works, Lori, is when my voice goes up a couple of octaves. And it's like, well, yeah, we can definitely make kids afraid enough to shut down. But then are we giving them the skills? Are we preparing them to handle it better the next time things don't go their way? So that's the trade-off. So, I mean, sometimes are we going to fall into that trap of using intimidation? I mean, it's a hard habit to break, but if we can practice and commit to breaking it as much as possible, that's going to support our children's development of their own nervous system regulation, right? They can't do it without us.